giving us something that is like we can. The woman is supposed to be a binder. The woman is supposed to be a purifier. We the women, we must go out to the Lord and ask ourselves, should we carry along? And when I say women, all classes.
Without the woman, you cannot be fruitful. You cannot multiply.
It's everything. A refined product. It's a refined product.
Hello there, thank you so much for joining us on another edition of the program Woddi Women Talkshow. It is a program that is under the auspices of the Women of Divine Destiny Initiative, Woddi the Natural. And this particular program is where we talk about everything the woman right here on your screens. And we are so glad to have this special edition to celebrate a man behind the woman, behind Woddi. And we want to say a big congratulations to His Excellency Senator Rochas Okorocha as he celebrates his 59th birthday. And today we want to specially have this session of different topics that are so dear to His Excellency. He has touched so many lives in this country, and these topics are just a little fraction of the things that he has used to reach out to the people of Nigeria and, of course, the parts of the world way beyond. So today on the program, we're starting with this particular session to discuss peace and unity. And we'll always remind you that it is a special edition of the Woddi Women Talkshow. Can the audience put their hands together and celebrate this special edition of the program? So when we talk about peace and unity in Nigeria, what are we referring to? We have capable people in the house to discuss this topic, and I believe that at the end of this session, together with this beautiful and amazing women, we will have the cause to say, yes, it is a topic that should be discussed. In the house today, we have Haji Zainab Rochas. Could we please put our hands together for her? We also have Haji Zoya Husseini. Did I get that right? Can we please put our hands together for her? And we also have Mrs. Aisha Nibe. Did I get that right? Yes, ma'am. Please, let's put our hands together for her. And of course, the executive producer of this program, who is the host and always on point. And she is widely read, and we give her so much respect and appreciation because she's given us this opportunity, to discuss these topics because they are dear to our heart as well. She is the founder of the Women of Divine Destiny Initiative, Dr. Nirma Nkesiroto Sakrocha. Thank you so much. So let me start with Mrs. Aisha. When we talk about peace and unity, what are we referring to?
We talk about peace and unity. We talk about living together, tolerating each other, all our differences. Nigeria is a big nation in the sense that we consider a country with over 200 ethnic differences. And we are going to live together as one country and tolerate each other. And we, not even that, not only in ethnicity, in religion, we have at least 3 prominent religions existing in Nigeria. That's the traditionalists, the Christian, and the Muslim. And these both tribes and religion differences, we go about carrying on our business, meeting each other, and we have to tolerate each other despite that differences. And this is what we are talking about. And this is what we are saying, that a woman have a significance of bringing this peace. Because being a woman, you are born a woman at a certain stage over adult, early adolescence or adult stage. You are taken away from your origin home to another home. And as you go there, even at the same tribe, like science has said, every woman being born is different. Even twins, they are different. You are going into a new home where your mother don't know just as a guy who told you I love you, you say I love you too. You now come together, God has brought the two of you together, bringing out life. That is a woman to performing, bringing new life, continual creation. In that new home you are married to, your husband is a different person. You know, we women were at the receiving point. You have to accommodate the mother and the father. You have to accommodate the sister and the brother. You have to accommodate the friends. I'm talking about inner home, not extended family. This woman being capable of bringing it. That is why we say a woman has a special skill in making peace.
Okay. All right. A woman have a special skill in making peace. Interesting. So let's get to hear from Hadia Zuwaira. When we're talking about peace and unity, what comes to your mind?
If we talk of peace, I will talk from the maybe Islamical background of what is peace. Peace is the total submission. You have to accommodate, tolerate each other. So there was a hadith that was even narrated from the Prophet that none of you is a true believer until you love to your neighbor or your sister what you love for yourself. That makes you a true believer. So how can we achieve that? We have to accommodate each other. Despite our religion differences, tribe, ethic, we just have to accommodate each other to enable us live in peace. Because God knows why He even created us, Muslim, Christians, and the non-Muslim, non-Christian. So we just have to accommodate ourselves.
So peace and unity is now like accommodating
each other, trying to tolerate each other's behavior for us to live in peace and unity.
Hadia Zainab, have we had, looking at before now, before we started having Boko Haram, before we started having, all the issues we have now, what do you think would have been the problem of disunity and lack of peace in Nigeria? Where do you think it started from?
Lack of understanding. Good day, everyone. Before I go into talking about that, we're celebrating an icon at 59, and he has dedicated this 59th birthday with a theme: peaceful coexistence through education. Education not just in the classroom, but by educating ourselves. What we're doing today, this morning, here in the hall, is creating awareness and educating ourselves on the reason why we must have peace and why we must have unity in Nigeria. Once there is peace, unity is just something that comes natural. Because if I'm happy with you and I'm happy coexisting with you, then we don't talk about this unity, we talk about unity. You don't even talk about it because it comes natural. You ask the question, right?
Yeah.
Peace is something you attain individually, and you must make it a deliberate act to attain peace. It said, she's quoted the Quran in a hadith where the Prophet says you must. And it goes to say further, 40 doors to your left, 40 doors to your right, your neighbors, regardless of who they are your immediate family. Then it's in the 10th commandment, right? In the Bible. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So it's already been preached. Now coming to your question. I'll say this without any apology. The love of greed, the love of material things, and the love of power has disunited us. Not just in Nigeria, but across the globe. Because it's about you and about us and about them. That's what is creating the problem. Nigeria is so blessed with everything you can think of that God created on earth that can make us live peacefully, that can make us live happily, that can make us not talk about poverty. But because of power, greed, and want of materialistic world, that's where we are having crisis today. My father Rochas will tell you it's because of poverty we have. It's the stomach language that is creating Boko Haram, creating bandits, because people are aggressive, angry at leadership.
All right, let's get to hear from you, Doctor. Was there a time that there was peace in Nigeria? And what was it like? Now that we're talking about restoring.
Thank you, Del. I just want to say that we're talking about peace and unity, and we are careful to have carved out, and we say, women perspective. Because, like I always will say, the woman is key. The woman is the pivot upon which a lot of things rotate. And that woman might not be educated, because naturally she is already endowed with what is needed to do the needful. And then your question says, was there any time where there was? Of course. There was a time where you don't need to lock your door. There was a time where you even entrust, you don't even have to tell your neighbor to look out for your children because you are going to step out. There was a time in this same very country of ours where you don't know who is Hausa, you don't know who is Yoruba, you don't know who is an Igbo. There was a time in this country where, you know, even though you're a Christian, you are looking forward to Salah. If you're a Muslim, you are looking forward to Christmas because you are sure of a very good hot plate of jollof rice. There was a time in this country I'm more comfortable living in Jos than living in Imo State. There was a time where, Nigeria, we walk everywhere and we are holding our head tall because we have a country that understands that we are one. There was a time there. There was a time. And it's that time that we are believing God that will have. And that is what has brought about what we are discussing today. Because our problem is that we are not talking. Our problem is even when we are talking, what are we talking about? So, peace. For you to talk about peace, it means that in the absence of peace, there is something. There is chaos. In the absence of peace, there is bitterness. I'm happy that my lovely Muslim sisters that surround me here have also said what the Quran have said. But also in our Bible, for those of us that are Christian, we know that the Bible says, pursue peace with all men. Pursue peace with all men. It didn't say pursue peace with only those people from your family or with those people that are Christian. It said with all men. And what am I saying, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is that peace is something that we cannot toy with. And we as women, because this is dedicated to His Excellency, my dear husband, his birthday, as he marks his 59th birthday. Because of his love for the woman, his love for the peace and unity of this country, that's what we are discussing, the women perspective. What are we saying? Women, the time to wake up and go back to the drawing board is now. We need to go and begin to do that talk. And not just doing that talk, we begin to add that talk that needs to be talked so that we can have a peaceful nation where love, understanding, unity reigns.
Now, Zainab, you said something earlier. You said greed. And I'm wondering if that is the only reason why we are having disunity and lack of peace in this country. So let's get back to you, Ma. Are there other things that we need to, as a people, look at and tell ourselves the truth that we need to work on this aspect that is affecting peace and unity in this country?
Okay. Why the greed is one. We have also corruption and also negligence. Most of the insecurity we have in this country today is started a little, and it was a kind of negligence. Maybe it just sits. Like, let me give you an example. I think this Boko Haram came even before the 2011 we have about Boko Haram. In fact, let me link it to Jos crisis, because me too, I live in Jos. The 2008 Jos crisis, we witnessed hell. When they tell you Boko Haram, they said they don't like modern education. They came in as a sect, like a set of Islamic sects. And it was a kind of leave them, let them do it. And again, like I mentioned that of Jos crisis, I'm linking to Boko Haram. During them we were there, it was like Muslims and Christians are killing themselves. Why? We don't know. We are strangers, even though we are Muslims, so we are not there. Because when you say Muslim and Christians, it's not only one. So when things started a little by saying, these strangers, they have come to our land, they have now become, they are rubbing shoulders with us, they are even our place. Nobody listening. Rule of law we are not following in this country is one of the things that are making them. Because if a child did something and he was cautioned through the law, those of them who are trying to come up will be shown back. They will not.
Do you think that as women, when you mentioned the issue of the child, do you think that as women there was something that maybe as his mother, the child's mother now, would have been able to do that he would be restored?
Yes. As a woman, like I said, we brought in these children into this world. We are their mothers. Some parents see the things that their child are doing and questionable, they keep quiet. In fact, they celebrated it. In the sense that, let me give you an instance. A Megad, like we are living here in the north, you know, a Megad family is keeping guard to your house. He has children too. This, you know your level. This child on his own feel he cannot sustain what the mother is trying to do. Maybe go to school, he cannot go because before the mother pays the school fees, it takes time. Maybe they will drive him away from school. He now went out of the school, he don't want to go. The next thing you see your child will be coming, he will go out, you don't know where he went, he will come in with money. Maybe you are looking for 10 naira to buy me a cooker to cook soup for the family you don't have, but this child will provide it. You don't ask, how did he get it? Because he does not have everything. Are you seeing it? In that street now, there will be bandits. He already, little by little, inside the bandits. One day, a woman will shout in the night. They say they came in and broke the house and removed something. They link it to your child. You say it's a lie. By the time you know it, another time he's arrested already in the custody of police. They call you, you try to protect this child. You know that you have to leave him, let him face the law. These are the things that we neglect. One of the things we neglect that are generating. There are a lot of wrongs.
Hajia Zuera, she has spoken about the issue of the woman and her child. How about the woman with her husband? You know, the woman with the neighbors. The issue of peace.
So I'll chip on some wisdom here. Like when our mothers stand, we all know if a child misbehaves, the mother will shout to the loudest voice, to the extent that her neighbors will come and help her in training that child or disciplining that child. But nowadays, we mothers, we are very selfish because of the love we have for our own children. If a child misbehaves, instead of a mother to shout out or cry loud, to look for help from other hands, she would decide to keep that thing within her, and that thing affects us a lot. It is because of all these misbehaviors that we are seeing in our own children. I will speak it in Hausa. I'm very sorry. In ka kinaka, duniya za ta so shi. In ka so naka, duniya za ta ki shi. And it is true.
And what does that mean?
You say you live in this.
For the benefit of those that don't understand how they
If you loved your own, the world would not love him. But if you don't love him, that is, if you show maybe
favoritism or
something, then the outside world will love him. That's it.
Actually, let me just chip in something. You know, we have a culture in Nigeria, and that is the culture of no one child belongs to. We have a culture in Nigeria, and I don't know whether it's all the African countries anywhere, where it is my responsibility to look out for your child.
The child is for the society.
It's for the society. So in other words, it's a collective responsibility of everyone to ensure that that child is being cautioned and is being loved and all that. And unfortunately, that is being taken away. I don't know how it started, and I think we need to do that. Because, like I always will say, if you say it doesn't concern you, one day it will concern you. If you say you have money to take your children abroad, at some point they will come back. And they will come back to that same environment that whatever the other person that does not concern you will concern you. It will go. So we must go back and not lose that makes us us. Now, you asked apart from greed.
Yes.
Aja
What other
my sister talked about the negligence.
Negligence.
Another thing is lack of education. Knowledge, they say knowledge is power. What you don't know, you don't know. What you don't know, you are quick to misunderstand. And when you misunderstand, it's a problem. And another thing is that our leaders, whether you have the privilege to be in the mosque to preach or in the church or whatever, at times, unfortunately, we don't give that message the way that it's being stipulated either in the Quran or in the Bible. We just say it and then we confuse people. And then my concern is that even those of us that are being confused, we don't also sit down to know that we have what it takes to process everything that we hear. There is not everything that we hear we will just take in, because at the end of the day, the effect of what you are allowed to be taken in is going to have a very big distance on you. So peace is something that at this time and age of ours, we must look into it, especially as women, to know that we must go back to the drawing board and begin to do the needful to make sure that we have a very peaceful coexistence.
We're talking about peace and unity on the program Woddi Women Talkshow, the special edition in honor of His Excellency Senator Rachel Okrocha on his 59th birthday. And for all the people that are watching me right now, you know that peace and unity is something that's very dear to His Excellency's heart. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll be looking at the importance of peace and unity in our society and much more. Stay with us.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you so much for still being here. We're grateful, and thank you so much for watching. Please, you can join us on our social media handles at Woddi Woman on YouTube, and look at Woddi on Instagram and on Facebook, and you get to find out all about our programs and even much more. And you can contribute on today's topic as well on our Instagram page. And on our next edition of the program, we'll make sure that we read all of your comments and we'll repost them on our social media handles. Still talking about peace and unity. Why is it important for us to talk about peace and unity in Nigeria?
We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. Her Excellency, our mother in the house, said, in the past, you can leave your door open. In the past, you can leave your child with a neighbor. In the past, a child is a community child. It's not just yours. I think I'll go back to say that whether we like it or not, as a woman, you are the root, you are the pillar of both your house, the community, and wherever the nation is. The nation is a woman.
The nation is a woman.
And the women are not excited.
My sister on my left here mentioned negligence. We must, and I keep saying it, and I'm so glad you're giving us this opportunity. I was here for 6 weeks talking about bitterness. And there's another opportunity for us to keep talking. Like I said, you don't need to go into the classroom to understand what is wrong and right. You don't need to be in the classroom to know that we have lost the family value system in Nigeria. You don't need a classroom to tell you that the son that you bore for 9 months and you've been training is coming home with an iPhone 800,000 and you know he's not working. Because there's a missing link. And our parents, whether we like it or not, the generational parents we have today, 99% are in denial of the truth. She was making a proverb in Hausa. It's spare the rod, right? So basically, today a teacher will smack a child in the classroom. A mother will not want to know why the teacher did, but she would rather go and say, you know, I'm paying school fees here, right? So why? It's denial of our responsibility as a mother. I tell you, okay, I'll make a very good example. I see young girls and the way they dress on the street today, and I stop the car and I address it. Sometimes you get the dirty cock look that you don't have a right to tell me that. But then why are you wearing something every 5 seconds? You are pulling it down or you are watching if somebody is watching your bum bum or something. You are not comfortable. So I said, why then do you do that? The parental role and responsibility is in denial of the truth. And this is an opportunity given to us on this platform to start telling the truth to our parents. A few years ago, we were talking about girl-child sexual molestation, and people don't want to talk about it because of stigma. Now, I go back to that, and I'll talk about that a little bit, because 5, 7, 10 years ago, when we were talking about child abuse, sexual abuse, and going to the mosques for them to start addressing it, going to the church for pastors to start preaching it, people didn't want to talk about it. The northern woman would say, you are reducing the dowry price. If people know that my child has been sexually abused, when it's time for her to get married, we know what to do to ensure that she looks like a virgin. Now that is denial, and that's a deliberate denial. But what you have done is you have created a Pandora box with that girl child you think you are protecting. She will grow up not trusting you as a mother because you didn't protect her when you need to. She will grow up not understanding what it is to actually love a man because she has been abused by an uncle, someone who is a responsible man in her life. So what have we created? A Pandora box. When she becomes a teenager or when she's a grown-up, she'll leave that cycle. So that's the mess we're finding ourselves in today. Before the Boko Haram, we have the Metasine crisis in the early 80s, right?
Yes.
That is where it should have been called. But it was not called deliberately because we used those children to become our thugs when we're going into democracy to start looking for political positions. So it's a deliberate thing. And it must be deliberate, thank you, ma, for us to start talking about this thing. It's not about my child, my this, my that. Today I'm proud to be associated with the Roaches because it's a legacy. He's a bridge builder. Roaches is an Igbo man, but he has schools all over the north for the less privileged. I'm not done, my darling, because we are talking about educating the uneducated, and the educated want to be aware that we are sitting on a time bomb, and it's a deliberate action that we must take it. Our family value is lost. I was in a program just without this, and we're talking about women, and I said for all of us who knew about 10, 15 years ago, when the social media became a thing in our world today, AOL in America, as soon as you give your child a phone or a laptop, you register with AOL and you pay a little bit of American Online. And any minute your child logs in and go outside an educational resource place, you get an email alert. Why? So you can monitor that child. Why? Because they knew they lost their family value by saying you have a right of this. Yes, my child, you have a right not to be abused, but you don't have a right to be misbehaving in my house or in the community. So they lost the family value and they are bringing in this family value. And our kids are now picking on that thing. We need to wake up. Somebody else's child is Boko Haram. Somebody else's child is the member of ESN. There is nothing like unknown gunmen. Is it not somebody who is buying the AK-47?
No.
It's somebody who is buying AK-47. It's somebody who will pay 1 million naira today for a website to be created and bring it down tomorrow for what? For selfish reason. So as mothers, Her Excellency is here. She's the mother of the house today.
Yeah.
As mothers, you must continue to create avenue for us to talk to Nigerian women, for us to create this awareness that we must do something.
And from the three guests here, I've not heard any one of them that has spoken without mentioning the home front. And I don't know if that has to be the basis for living in peace and unity.
Responsibility is very key. Are you a woman? Are you a mother? Or are you even a parent? The truth is that your children is the book that people read. You understand? So what that means is that we as mothers, as women, as parents must know that we have work to do and we have answers to give. And whatever we see that is happening to our child is us. No need to put the blame to the teacher in the school. No need to even put the blame to peer pressure. It starts from the home. Are you being a good example? Are you saying the truth? You are telling that child that he's telling lies, he steals, he does what, but you yourself as a mother, you're also busy exploiting your husband.
In front of
In front of the children. You are still doing it, and you expect the child to be no. And by the way, I must say that children learn faster by what they see, and not even what you tell them. So, to get it right, we need to do the surgery to ourselves. We need to go back, put ourselves on an examination table, ask ourselves, what is in this my child that is not right? What am I seeing? Because that child that you have today, the truth must be told that to some great extent you should be able to have an idea of what that child will become. Because the traces are there. I often will tell people, I don't believe in this person has disappointed me, this child have broken my heart. Before that heart to be broken, you are supposed to see it coming. And then what are you doing about it? So what are we saying? If we must, there's a 40-day prayer that we just concluded that we said, peace for the nation and healing the land and all that. And one of the major things that was behind that is that I feel that our problem as Nigerians is not even the economy, it's not even the tribe, it's not even to some extent religion. It's the fact that we have not been able to find a common song. I keep saying it, and I want us to play. And what is that common song? And that common song is the peace we are talking about. That you are in Taraba, you are in Sokoto, you are in Enugu, you are in Anambra, you are wherever you are, irrespective of ethnicity, irrespective of religion, where you come from, your position, your status, in your home, you are singing peace. In your home, you are saying peace, peace. We are where we are because we are not talking peace. We are where we are because every time we talk about bitterness, we talk about hate. I was talking to somebody this morning and I said to the person, who is that my assumed enemy? Who is that my assumed worst person that maybe today I hear that the person have this appointment and I'll be angry? Who is that person that have done the worst thing to me and maybe in the next few hours I hear the person has been given this award or whatever and I will not sleep? Do you understand what I'm saying? So what am I saying? Peace is of essence. And we must know, and this is not the time to push blame. You push blame to government, you push blame to leaders, you push blame to whatever. Let us even start by pushing blame to ourselves. Where have I missed it as an individual? As a mother, some of us, by the special grace of God, we have been able to keep talking to ourselves, training ourselves, to get to that level where from time to time, we go back to the drawing board. At the end of the day, before we sleep, we ask ourselves, this thing, did I handle it well? The way I spoke to this child, did I get the desired result? And things like until we do that and know that the degree of responsibility to us first, we must pay very, very key attention to it. Because if I do what I'm supposed to do, you do what you're supposed to do, everyone does what he or she is supposed to do, then of course we will have peace. And when we have peace, the economy will be okay. When we have peace, things will grow. When we have peace, investors will come. When we have peace, what you put on the ground, you understand, will germinate. Let me tell you, bitterness can kill the crop because of what you feed on it.
Auntie Aisha, you find in our society today, maybe in a women group, they do an election, of who will lead the group. Then I find out that the woman is not my tribe. Then I try to frustrate the work. Now this person, I pardon my French this morning, and then I not go support them more. I must frustrate the work. And you find this unity amongst women. What do you have to say about that?
Anyway, it's disheartening. Like we in the women leadership forum, this is one of the things we're fighting. Like we're saying now, what is the role of women in promoting peace in the society or in Nigeria? Women has to be in the leadership function. We are crying for more space. But then, like you asked me, we always have this adage that women doesn't support women. So women make it, they don't support a woman. So when like you said, when now a woman is there, some people are trying to frustrate it. You find out that these women like you. And that is what we in the Women Leadership Forum are saying, that since we have found out that a lot of research have done, the women have the skill to promote society, promote peace in society. We should love ourselves. Love begins at home. If we cannot love ourselves, how can we now come and be crying for our men colleagues that they are not giving us a chance to be in a position, they are not giving us leadership when we cannot even support ourselves? It is a big problem. But this we are preaching over it. We are trying to campaign over it to bring the women down. Because some women, maybe because of the culture we are brought in from, that you cannot do more than delivering, cooking in the kitchen for your family. With time, I feel the generation that are coming, these things are being brushed up, that we are supporting. Anyway, we have women leaders now that women also give. People like in Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, we have women senators and United Nations. So we have, even they are, but I get that with the support of the First Lady and people like him, we have women who are trying to tell us, come out, you are capable, you can do it.
Am I the only one that if I see a picture of two women hugging each other, I just have this soothing feeling, even if I don't even know them?
Yeah.
I don't know Hajiya Zuwaira. Like, how can we get to that place where women can see themselves as, that particular agent of peace and unity? What do women need to do?
Okay. Just like our mother here said, a woman is peace, or peace is a woman. So we have to accept that and try to show that peace from our own hearts. So if we can try to maybe love each other, accommodate, tolerate, I see no reason that a Christian sister will win a seat that I will not be happy for her. It can't. If I love you, I have to love you. If I hate, I don't even pray to hate somebody because that hate is not even part of something that is even good. We just have to love ourselves, just as our sisters. We must love ourselves, accommodate ourselves. So if you are in tears, I will help you share tears. If you are in happiness, I will be happy with you. We just have to accommodate ourselves.
Accommodate.
Yeah, accommodate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how can we get there? And then we'll look back and look at this, or you see a picture of Nigeria's map and you say, yes, we got it right when it comes to peace and unity.
Three things. We are known for gossip, right? And my preaching to women is we can do positive gossip. I can come to Her Excellency, Your Excellency, ma. You know Haji Aisha Lemu? She's good at this, she's good at that. I'm gossiping about right. Yeah? She's good at this, she's good at that, she's good at this. Please, can you use your influence to talk to this person so that they can give her something?
Word.
Turn your gossip to a positive gossip. Then 2, I'll quote from Erelubisi Fayemi, Her Excellency Ekiti State. Be your sister's rapper. Always carry the spare rapper. Have you read that book? Please try and read it. Be your sister's rapper is about always being there to protect her and cover her shame. And that's what all we need. She's our rallying point.
Yes.
When we are together with her, when we are crying, she cries with us. You know, there is this adage that said, oh, when I'm in trouble, you come there and say, don't stand on the other side, but I told you so, Zainab. Just be here and say, how do we get out of this place? Do you get? So when we get out, you can now smack me. But you have to be your sister's rapper. Carry that spare rapper to always cover your sister's shame. There's nothing wrong in telling the truth to your sister. So I think that's where we need to come as a citizen. And I'll go back to using that word. Before religion, my sisters, before you have a name, you are a citizen of humanity. You are human before you are a Christian. You didn't choose where you want to be born. It was chosen by the Almighty. And we don't have 2 gods, right?
Yes.
We don't have 2 Adam and Eve, right? So what's our problem? That's the question. Our mother has said it. We need to dissect it from inside, understand it, heal ourselves, and then start healing the world. We don't have a choice.
Yeah. Okay. What is your own word to every woman watching you right now concerning peace and unity?
My own words to every woman watching this program now is that a woman is a scale to unity. So we should rise. Once a woman in any home performs his duty, he is encouraging peace and unity in society, because society does not exist. It's from the family that will come to society.
Wow, word. And we would like to hear from the wife of the person we are celebrating today at 59, His Excellency Senator Rochas Okorocha. And I know that for His Excellency, peace and unity is something he holds dear to his heart. If he was to give you a message of peace to the woman, what would he say?
He will look direct to the woman in front of him and he will say to her, you are the peace agent. Do you want peace? Are you craving for peace? You have what it takes to give peace and to start peace. Don't run away from it.
I permit me to say, he would always say, my people, my people. Now let's get together, hear your final words coming from a woman to a woman.
We must start talking. You don't have to be up to 3, 4, 5, 20, 50. Even if you are in your bedroom with your child, with your husband, you must start talking. And what are you talking about? Peace. They need to forgive. They need to let go. They need to make excuses. For those people that know me, when I was in Imo State as the First Lady, I will always say, make excuses. Make excuses for it. Because if they know better, they won't do what they are doing. Go ahead, 2 steps ahead, make excuses for that person. So please, like Zainab said, it is not something that is negotiable. Because we don't have any other family. We don't have any other nation except this one. So we must wake up and do what we need to do, like my sister said here, to make sure that we have that. And we can have peace. Roadmap, conferences, seminars, wherever you are, in the marketplace, whether you are passing and you see something that is not right, be a peacemaker. And of course, you know what the Bible says. Blessed are those that are peace. God bless you.
All right, on that note, this is where we come to the end of this edition of the program. And today is a special one for His Excellency Senator Rochas Okorocha, and we want to say a big happy birthday to you, sir. And because you are an agent of peace and unity, we wish you much more of that. And can the people shout a happy birthday to His Excellency?
Happy birthday!
Thank you. We'll come your way again on another edition of the program, Woddi Women Talkshow. This is a special edition. My name is Elman Gobi. Thank you.